just an old mail carrier, my work is nearly done. Just a little rural route back in the hills. The neighbors there all know me, just as I know everyone. I've shared with them their happiness and ills. Let me tell a little story in a plain and simple way. Just a story of a mother and her lad. And perhaps I'll reach some others who from home has gone astray, so they'll stop and write a line to make her glad. It's been 20 years this winter since I last saw little Jim, when he kissed his loving mother at the door. I hope that he is listening, this story is meant for him, for in 20 years she's heard from him no more. Every day I found her waiting by the mailbox at the gate. She never showed her sorrow at his shame. She just looked sort of wistful as I watched her slowly fade, while she waited for the letter that never came. Just a little helpless woman, Jim, she loved you to the end. She never once let on you were to blame. But those 20 years alone, Jim, were too much for her to spend, while she waited for the letter that never came. Jim, your mother isn't waiting by the mailbox anymore, and if I were you, I think I'd kneel and pray. Then perhaps God will forgive you part of what you have in store when you meet your final judgment on that day. From Washington to Charlottesville, then Stanton on the line, came the old Midwestern Limited train, number 5 on time. She was the Cincinnati train, the fastest on the line, through the valley of Virginia into Clifton Forge on time. The engineer at Clifton Forge, Charlie Warnick was his name, was left to sign the register and pull the speeding train. His fireman, Charlie Walty, was standing by his side, received the fast train order, then climbed in the cab to ride. Charlie to his fireman said, "Oh, Charlie, how you roam? For years I've been an engineer to ride the C&O. For many years I've had this run, just 25 in all. But when I blow for Covington, they will surely know my call." From Covington to Jerry's Run, old number 5 did roll through the Allegheny Tunnel with a crew so brave and bold. Westbound to the Mountain State, White Sulphur Springs on time, with orders to switch over there and take the East Main Line. I know my engine is all right, she's the West Mountain Time, 137, she'll put us there on time. Said Charlie to his fireman, "We're running way behind, but when I blow the Big Bend Tunnel, I mean to be on time." Just 4 miles further down the line, he hit a broken rail. No more to pull old number 5, no more to pull the mail. His engine did not overturn, but a steam pipe broke in two. 200 pounds of pressure hit poor Charlie, brave and true. Until the brakes are set on time, life's throttle bells shut down. Someday he'll pilot in the groove, then wear the master's crown. With a clear block into heaven's gate, he'll pull his mighty train. And there in God's own roundhouse, he will register his name. In a quiet little village, not very far away, lived a rich and aged man whose hair was turning gray. He had 3 sons, his only ones. Jack and Tom were sly, while Ted was honest as could be. He would not tell a lie. They tried their best to ruin Ted in the old man's eyes. Their poison soon began its work, till Ted was much despised. One night the old man said, "Begone, you're heartless to the core." These are the words the lad then said as he stood by the door. Don't be angry with me, Dad, don't drive me from your door. I know that I've been wayward, but I won't be anymore. Give me just another chance, put me to the test. You'll find the black sheep loves his dad for better than the rest. Year by year sped swiftly by, the father had grown old. Called Jack and Tom to him and said, "I give you all my gold. I only need this little room, a place at your fireside." One night on Jack's returning home, he brought with him a bride. Jack's wife began to hate his dad more and more each day. One night he heard the 3 declare, "The old fool's in our way." They all agreed to send him to the poorhouse that was near. Then like a flash the black sheep's words came ringing in his ear. Don't be angry with me, Dad, don't turn me from your door. I know that I've been wayward, but I won't be anymore. Give me just another chance, put me to the test. You'll find the black sheep loves his dad for better than the rest. The wagon drove up to the door. It was the poorhouse man. The brothers pointed to their dad and said, "There is your man." Just then a manly form appeared and stepped out of the crowd. "Don't take my dad," the stranger said, "this will not be allowed. You took away his property and all that he could save. You even sold the little plot that marked your mother's grave. I'm still his son, but not your kin, from now till Judgment Day." The father clasped the black sheep's hand, the crowd then heard him say, "Don't be angry with me, son, I turned you from my door. I know that I was foolish, I've repented o'er and o'er. I wish that I had given you the gold you stood the test. I found the black sheep loves his dad for better than the rest." In olden times there was a river run between 2 mountain walls, and the place from where it started was a place called Haunted Falls. On the water waters of this river sailed many a light canoe, and the stream it danced about them when the summer skies were blue. On its banks there lived the white man with his wife and children three, and their shouts of pain and sorrow echoed with their shouts of glee. To a little town the father for the mail one day had gone, left his wife and loving babies for one quiet hour alone. Hark the sound of tramping horses, then the mother turned and cried, just in time to draw the doorbolt when four Indians rode inside. Then she quickly kissed her children, bade them neither speak nor cry, placed them in a secret closet, then prepared herself to die. With one cruel push the captain flung the bolt from off the door, grabbed her by her long brown tresses, dragged her to the river's shore. There they sang and danced about her, paid no heed to her piteous cry, threw her on the rocks beneath them, then in agony she died. Was revenge that they had wanted, was revenge they had found, when they burned those weeping babies with the dwelling to the ground. Now an old man sadly wanders round the place where the dwelling stood, and the people of that village call that place the Haunted Wood. Come and bathe my forehead, mother, for I'm growing very weak. Let one drop of water, mother, fall upon my burning cheek. Tell my loving little playmates that I never more will play. Give them all my toys, but mother, put my little shoes away. You will do this, won't you, mother? Please remember what I say. Give them all my toys, but mother, put my little shoes away. Santa Claus, he brought them to me with a lot of other things, and I think he brought an angel with a pair of golden wings. Soon the baby will be larger, then they'll fit his little feet. Won't he look so handsome, mother as he walks along the street. You will do this, won't you, mother? Please remember what I say. Give them all my toys, but mother, put my little shoes away. I was standing by the window yesterday morning without a thought of worry or of care, when I saw the postman coming up the pathway with such a happy face and jolly air. He rang the bell and whistled while he waited. Then he said, "Good morning to you, Jack." But he little knew the sorrow that he brought me when he handed me a letter edged in black. With trembling hand I took the letter from him. I broke the seal and this is what it said. "Come home, my boy, your dear old father wants you. Come home, my boy, your dear old mother's dead." The last words your mother ever uttered were, "Tell my boy I want him to come back." My eyes are blurred, my poor old heart is aching, while I'm writing you this letter edged in black. I bowed my head in sorrow and in sadness. The sunshine of my life, it all had fled since the postman brought that letter yesterday morning, saying, "Come home, my boy, your poor old mother's dead." Forget those angry words that were spoken. You know I did not mean them, don't you, Jack? May the angels bear me witness. I am asking your forgiveness in this letter edged in black. It was on last Christmas evening, the snow was on the ground at his home in North Carolina. The murderer, he was found. His name was Charlie Lawson. He had a loving wife. They never knew what caused him take his family's life. They say he killed his wife at first, and the little ones did cry. Please, Papa, won't you spare our lives? We are too young to die. But the raging man could not be stopped. He would not heed their calls. He kept on firing fatal shots until he killed them all. And now farewell, kind friends and home, I'll see you all no more. But when we meet again up there, my troubles will be o'er. They did not carry him to jail, no lawyer would he pay. They will have his trial in another land on a final judgment day. They all were buried in a crowded grave while the angels watched from above. Come home, my little ones, to the land of peace and love. The eastbound train was crowded one cold December day. The conductor shouted tickets in his kind old-fashioned way. A little girl sat in sadness, her hair was bright as gold. She said, I have no ticket, and then her story told. My father, he's in prison. He's lost his sight, they say. I'm going for his pardon this cold December day. My mother's daily sewing to try to earn our bread, while my poor dear old blind father is in prison almost dead. My brother and my sister would both be very glad if I could only bring back my poor dear old blind dad. The conductor could not answer, he could not deny. His shaking rough hands were wiping the teardrops from his eyes. He said, God bless you, little one, just stay right where you are. You'll never need a ticket while I am on this car. There's a painted old sunbonnet on a peg behind the door, the one my sainted mother used to wear, till one day she hung it up, ne'er to take it down no more. And since that day we've left it hanging there. I still can see her toiling around the old home place when she was filled with sorrow and despair. She'd pull that old sunbonnet down low upon her face to hide from us the worry written there. Oh, God, be good to Mother wherever she may be. Grant her peace and comfort over there, and keep her just the same sweet smiling angel she always seemed to be in that faded old sunbonnet she used to wear. God gave sunbonnet mothers a special kind of love to help them with their burdens and their cares. And I hope he has a special place prepared for them above. They ought to get the best of it somewhere. Oh, God, be good to Mother wherever she may be. Grant her peace and comfort over there, and keep her just the same sweet smiling angel she always seemed to be in that faded old sunbonnet she used to wear. In your barn tonight, mister. It's so cold sleeping out on the ground. The cold north wind is a-whistling, and I have no place to lie down. I have no tobacco or matches. I'm sure that I'll do you no harm. I will tell you my story, kind mister, though it sticks in my heart like a thorn. It was 3 years ago this last summer. I'll never forget that sad day when a stranger came out from the city for his health and he wanted to stay. Now the stranger was there, tall and handsome. He looked like a man who had wealth. He wanted to stop in the country, said he wanted to stop for his health. Now my wife said she'd like to be earning something to add to our home. She talked till I finally decided that the stranger could stay in our home. I was singing and whistling with joy, expecting a kind-hearted welcome and a kiss from my wife and my boy. Nothing there could I find but a letter. It was lying in the room on a stand. The moment my eyes lay upon it, I picked it right up in my hand. Now the words that were written in this letter were enough to drive a poor man wild. For that hard-hearted stranger and Nellie had run off and taken my child. Now I know there's a God up in heaven, as I've always been taught to believe, and I know He will give to that stranger the doom that he ought to receive. Dear, I am sad and lonely here in this distant west. Those pleasant dreams of bygone days at night disturb my rest. But in this faithful heart of mine, forgotten never shall be, are the days I spent with Molly Bawn, a boating in Lockley. For she was young and slender and gentle as a fawn. Her eyes, they shone like diamonds bright o'er the stars of an early dawn. A smile she had for everyone, but her kisses were only for me. Entranced I gazed on Molly Bawn, a boating in Lockley. And when I claimed her for my bride, how happy then was I. How pleasant were the hours of love, and how quickly they passed by. A pleasant light shone in her eyes. She was too good for me. Then an angel claimed her for his own and took her from Lockley. Dear, I have traveled this stormy world. My hair is a silvery hue. Her plaintive voice rings in my ears. Its strains I can subdue. Her lovely form, it haunts me still, and her face I still can see. Sure it is the face of Molly Bawn, a boating on the Loch Lee.